Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another StarCraft 2 replay cast. Today I have for you a PvZ, and spawning at the top right side of the map, in purple, we have our very scary Zerg player, storakles, who sort of sounds like he wanted to be an Oracle, but failed out of that class. And here at the bottom left side of the map, our Protoss player with the good fun have luck. It is SteveBrown. I didn't do the zoom in thing correctly that time. Let me try that again. SteveBrown. And I caught him building the pylon and everything. All right, I'll have to work on the fluidity of that motion. I want to go ahead and point out that SteveBrown is actually a pretty regular submitter, part of the standard Overmind army. So he sent me these games and he said, here's some normal games that I thought were fun to play and probably fun to watch. And I want to note that I don't think I've ever seen Steve play a normal game. I think it's pretty much always, I'm going to go ahead and make nothing but zealots and win. So I'm excited to see what a normal game is for him. We'll see if he perceives normal the same way that us actual normal people do. In that he should probably make something other than zealots. I'm sorry, Steve. I know that you might actually see this. I know I'm giving you a hard time. It's alright. I actually kind of love zealots too. They're great. Especially with charge. Definitely better with charge. In any case, he's going to go ahead and scout at the 14 or 15 supply mark. Going to go ahead and put a pylon here. We would expect to see some gateways here, or possibly a forge at some point. He's going to go ahead and cross the map. A little bit of a late scout. Definitely want to be able to spot any annoying early pools, but it actually isn't going to come up in this game. And he's going to be able to go ahead and see this expo. And is he going to go ahead and park this probe here? It's a good idea to park something outside the front of a Zerg base to see if anything starts streaming out of it, like Zerglings or worse yet, roaches. Looks like the probe is actually going to go ahead and attack this base once, just to call attention to himself, and then put down his first pylon, which... Cannon Rush? Cannon Rush! Yeah! Cannon Rushes actually can be fairly successful if the Zerg player doesn't deal with you correctly. Definitely doesn't want to lose this probe. Oh, run it away! Run, Steve, the probe! Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, alright, failed cannon. It's okay, though. It's okay. It forced him to make units, which is good. And it freaked him out a little bit. We do see that there's a lot of surface area on this pylon. You can actually build them right here, right next to the minerals, and then build cannons, like, right in front. And that actually denies a lot of surface area to all of those, which is great. Looks like there was a lag spike. So that was good. In any case, this wall off is going to be pretty well finished. This probe, our mighty Steve the probe, is going to hold the front. And it's actually amazing how effective that can be. Zerglings don't always realize that the probe is what they should be attacking, and sometimes they can hold the front very effectively. Zealots, of course, are the unit of choice to hold the front. We are going to be seeing one. He's going to be heading up there at his earliest convenience. We are finally going to be seeing gas from Steve. It's not like we need warp gate research or anything. We don't need anti-air, no. Just zealots. I know. Stop picking on Steve. I know. It's alright, it's cool. He actually has 6 mining probes now, so he should be able to start out that warp gate research pretty quickly here. And he's going to go ahead and start saturating this base right away. He's going to do this nice thing, transferring probes down, so that he can sort of resaturate this base and keep this base even as well. Gonna go ahead and get his upgrades, because he has that gas money now. And he's got a pretty decent wall off here. So he's gonna be fine. Our Zerg player has several scouting Zerglings, which they look like they're all playing tag, like they're just chasing each other around the map, not a care in the world. Look how cute that is. That's adorable. I don't know how Zerg does it, but somehow all of their units are both adorable and disgusting. They are also going to have a third base coming down, which is pretty important for scouting purposes, although I don't think Steve has scouted it, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's going to go for a roach timing attack with his extra larva and delay his tech. Looks like he actually has banelings, though, which is an interesting choice, though not necessarily ineffective, since we do have a lot of wall-offs from Protoss this early in the game. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, look at the little Zerglings. They're adorable. I'm actually going to speed it up just a little bit. Actually, no. Ah, there we go. Speed Zerglings. Less adorable. More terrifying. This upgrade is coming right along. We almost have Warp Gate up. Our Zerg player has a lot of minerals. Could probably just expand like 2 or 3 times if he wanted, just because, but you know, whatever. Scouting probe, gonna go on around. I think the Zerglings are gonna miss him, which is good, because you always hate to see a probe die in the line of action. These Zerglings, much less cute and much more plentiful scouting about the map. This probe is gonna go ahead and throw down a pylon immediately underneath an Overlord, which is probably gonna be killed off pretty quickly by these adjacent No. Okay. Okay, well the Zerglings and the pylons have sort of drawn a truce. Oh, but no, the treachery! The truce is broken almost immediately! And this is why we watch our mini-maps. This pylon also will likely be scouted immediately. As will the probe. No! Alright, well, we're gonna turn away from the horror for a moment. We're going to go ahead and see all of the warp gates. SteveBrown complimenting storakles on his Overlord spread, and to be fair, it is very good Overlord spread. As I often say, you want your Overlord sprinkled all over the map, like sprinkles on a cupcake. And he has that, which is good. There's also no real huge anti-air, no phoenixes showing themselves yet, so right now they have really good map vision and can continue to have that for as long as possible. We see a scary number of banelings go ahead and separate themselves from their lowly Zergling cousins. Oh! Oh, banelings! Alright, that killed a lot of zealots, but I'm pretty sure the zealots traded well, but there just weren't enough of them. Still a decent number of banelings up here. And the Zerglings finally figure it out and go ahead and kill that zealot. Definitely want to make sure to kill as many. Ooh, see, that was good. I think there were 3 or 4 banelings that detonated on one zealot. There we go. Killing off as many banelings as possible. God. Zealots can take a hit. That's good. Alright, so we have additional zealots warping in. Probably should try and kill some of these banelings. Probably should. Steve the banelings. Steve! Alright, that wasn't terrible. That was okay. Alright. Army supply. Heavily in favor of storakles. Worker supply, dead even. So we'll see how that goes. A little bit of rebuilding going on at the wall-off. A little bit of moving around from the zealots. Probably could do with an expansion here soon. Probably could do with a little bit more money spending as well. We have Steve with over 2k minerals, and storakles with just under 2k minerals. We do see this base coming on down. There we go, that's right. We have a very heavy wall off here. We have not 3, but I believe 4 gateways going down along with a couple of cannons just to make sure, just for good measure, and as it should be. We have a number of Zerglings hanging out here. Gonna go ahead and morph on into banelings. We have a 4th coming up for storakles. And this 3rd is pretty well saturated, so probably gonna be able to saturate that 4th pretty quickly. I don't see a lot in the way of detection here. And I imagine DTs are probably like Steve's 2nd favorite unit. He loves zealots, so logically it follows that he should love, DTs and immortals? That seems thematically correct? I don't know. In any case, he's got his nice zealots spread out. so that they can sort of tank those banelings a little bit better. The more spread out they are, the better. And here come the additional banelings. Oh my god! Okay. Okay, okay. Alright. And held. And oh, the third. Oh, the third. Steve, defend the third. We want to keep that third alive. Oh, the zealots might be able to clean it up. They have to go quickly. It's so close. And 16 HP. Now, right now, Steve's probably sitting back in his chair. Oh yeah, I knew that that exactly this number of zealots would kill exactly that number of zerglings with just some small amount of HP. I was just doing it for the dramatic effect. But in reality, I bet this game was played out, and he was just like, "Oh, warp in, all of you, kill!" Oh, that was so close. So close. Alright, so you can probably go ahead and spread out some additional probes to mine at the 16 HP base, which is surrounded by zealots at this point. Oh, I'm gonna be really sad if he accidentally attack moves into that base. It'll be like the saddest thing ever. In any case, he's gonna go ahead and wall off at the front. I actually think it might be more worthwhile to just wall straight. I don't know if you guys can see when I actually box things, but just straight across this front map here. Or this front ramp. Ugh. Front ramp. And then later when he wants to expand, go ahead and take down these rocks and move out. Maybe to take the gold? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, you guys, but in any case, he's gonna secure up these bases. Especially after that last scare. Ugh. It's trying to give me a heart attack. We do still have just 4 bases for our Zerg player. Looks like he does have a spire, so Steve, you're gonna want things that can hit air. Also has an Evo chamber and a roach warren coming on down. Roaches being a huge pain. And here's our Mutalisk flock. Pretty scary number. Not that they're gonna go and do anything. They're just gonna sit. That's okay. Oh, I see. I see. There's going to be a base taken here, and they're guarding the future base. Alright, cool. We do now have Archons, and I'm just gonna bet that it was DTs. Is it? Oh no, it was High Templar. So he teched into High Templar, and then since he doesn't have the research, he made a whole bunch of Archons, which are going to be helpful since there's a bunch of Mutalisks coming his way. Here's the engagement. Oh, Archons are so good. And DTs are about to prove their worth here. Looks like we've got run-ins to both this newest expansion as well as the third. Wow, where are the Slakers? The Slakers! You need Alright guys, if you're gonna play Protoss, you need Slakers. It's very important. Steve confused the what? He actually, I'm not sure if he doesn't know what stalkers are, genuinely, or if he's making fun of his opponent for typing Slakers. Either way, I think I cannot lose. Have huge eco. Well, you can lose if your opponent just makes a million zealots and attacks you with them, and then uses the Archons to kill all of your Mutalisks. I'm actually going to have to remember in the future how truly and deeply good Archons are versus Mutalisks. Just have to bear that in mind in the future. Lots of roaches being produced. This actually isn't an ideal engagement for Steve, but as he breaks up the ramp, he's going to have a much better concave. Oh, the Archons! I have 3 attack, you have 0. Those upgrades. I think this is going to be the game. Yep, there we go. Steve hangs around for just a moment to watch his zealots kill all of the drones, or at least many of them. Make sure that he was absolutely and undoubtedly victorious. She was, so good job, Steve. Thank you so much for the submission. If you would like to see me cast your game, go ahead and send it to noobcrafted@gmail.com. That's NoobCrafted@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good night.